Today is the 9th of October 2023, and we would like to look at more graphs. Okay, we are going to solve graphs we are going to solve equation by graph and algebraically. Okay, I'll explain to you what I mean. Thank you to everyone who has been watching our videos. Okay, if you haven't already, can you please consider subscribing, sharing, liking, and following us? Okay, if it's helping you, it's likely it will help somebody else. Okay, so share it so that more people can watch and they can help themselves. I normally write, please follow my notes/scripts, okay, in the comment section. For instance, actually it's even a good habit, because if you are learning maths, you should be watching. There are some negative numbers here, so assuming I'm explaining this table and I say 3 here, it is -3. Okay, because I've gone through these notes over and over again to make sure that I'm giving you the accurate information. Okay, so if it comes out as 3, it's not 3, it's -3, so you will use -3. And also it's good to be watching how I solve the equation, so that when you get into the exams, you'll be able to do the same. Okay, so I will really appreciate your help on that. My third thing here is about scammers. Okay, because at times I have people saying to me that, oh, did you send me a friend request? No, I didn't. Okay, and then someone is talking to me about orphanage. Please, it's not me. Okay, so beware. Internet is a big place now. It's a good thing, okay, but also some people are using it wrongly, so you just have to avoid them, okay, and use it the right way to help you. And if linking to that, if the account is not yours, please ask for permission. Okay, if you went to a friend's house and you saw it and it's like, oh, let's like this video, let's share this video, ask for permission. Okay, because it's technically not your account, it's for somebody else, and they are responsible for that account. Okay, also yeah, so ask for permission before you subscribe, or when you go home you can open your account with your parents' permission if you're under the legal aid, and then you use your account to subscribe. Okay, that will be what I'll say on that. Okay, so I'll recap. I will encourage you to watch our video, the last one we just did. Okay, we examined quadratic equations and quadratic graphs. So I showed you examples of quadratic equation, and we drew some graph. Okay, and I said to you, immediately you see x squared, okay, the highest power of the x, y equals x squared, or 3 minus x squared, then it's a quadratic equation. So if they ask you to draw a graph from the equation, you are going to get a quadratic graph, and the character of the quadratic graph is a curve like this. Okay, unlike a linear equation where y equals x plus 2, x minus 2, where you get a straight line, or 3x plus 5, where you get a straight line. We've discussed that in one of the videos, where y equals mx plus c, where the m is the gradient and the c is the y-intercept. Okay, we've done that in one of the videos. Okay, go to YouTube. I've labeled all the videos what we've done, so you can either watch it from the beginning if you're in year 7, okay, or you can watch the ones that you need help on, okay, and it will be very helpful for you. Now, now recap again. We are going to plot the quadratic equation. They might not tell you it's a quadratic equation, okay, but so immediately you see s squared, you know that you're expecting a curve. Okay, so you know that your outcome is a curve. Okay, if you didn't get a curve, then you didn't do the calculation right. That's why I use the table formula. Okay, so draw the quadratic equation. Y equals 2x squared plus x minus 2 in the intervals of x from -4 to 4. So this one, our x-axis is from -4 to 4. So if they are giving you the graph, they might start from -4 to 4 on the x-axis. For explanation reason, I started from -5 to 5, but actually I'm just limiting the table from -4 to 4 so that I can explain certain things to you. So now, I like the table formula because you can put x equals 4 in this equation and find y. X equals -3. Okay, but if you do it in a table form, then it's easier for you to get. So x is between -4 to -4. So I write the first part of the equation. I list all the values of x I want. Okay, so that is the first part of my coordinates. Then the equation is 2x squared. So to get to x squared, I'll do x squared first. Okay, so I know x is -4, so x squared is 16. So 2x squared will be 32. Okay, x here is -3, so x squared will be 9. 2x squared will be 18. X squared, x is -2, so x squared will be 4. 2x squared will be 8. X is -1. X squared will be 1. 2x squared will be 2. X is 0. X squared is 0. 2x squared is 0. X is 1. X squared is 1. 2x squared will be 2. X is 2. X squared will be 4. 2x squared will be 8. X is 3. Okay. X squared is 9. 2x squared will be 18. X is 4. X squared is 16. 2x squared is 32. So I've done this bit of the equation 2x squared here. Okay. Now I want x, so I'm going to repeat all the x's in this column. So x is from the interval -4 to 4. Make sure you list it in the right column. So x is -4, -4. So actually you are repeating the same thing into this column. Okay, don't interchange. Okay, so there, because if you mix one, then it means you are going to get a wrong graph under exam conditions. Again, be careful. Okay, that's why if a friend is calling you and asking you questions, you should actually ignore the person, because in maths they will make you make mistakes. Okay, now so I've done 2x squared, I've done plus x, and I need to do -2. -2 will be the same for all the values of x, so I just repeat them. So what do I want? So I've done 2x squared, I've taken that. I've done x, so I've taken that, and I've done -2, I've taken that. That is my equation here. Okay, so now 2x squared plus x -2, so 32 plus -4 -2 will give me 26. So all I need to do now, because I've done it each, so that's why I take this. So I don't need this. All I need now is to find the y value and use it as my coordinate x and y. So now 2x 18 plus x 3, which will give me 15, -2 13. 2x squared -2 -4, because we know x here is -2, so I get 4. Okay, go back and look at our work on integers. 2 -1 -2 -1. 0 add 0 add -2 will give us -2. 2 add 1 -2 will give us 1. 8 add 2 10 -2 will give us 8. 18 add 3 21 -2 will give us 19. 32 add 4 36 -2 will give us 34. So these are the values of x, and these are the values of y. So now I've written the coordinate on the side so I don't mud it up. So when x is -4, y is 26. Okay, and then I'll plot on the graph -4 26. Okay, guess it. This graph is not to scale because I'm not doing it on the graph paper. Okay, but assuming I'm doing it on the graph paper and I do the scale, but looking at eye judgment, this is my scale here, 0 to -10, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. And then I have 0, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay. And here also I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right then. Now when x is -3, I have 13. So -3, 13. 13 is a little above 10. Okay. When x is -2, I have 4. So -2, -4 there. When x is -1, -1 and -1, so down here. When x is 0, 0 -2, so 0 -2, somewhere down here, again not to scale. When x is 1, 1 is 1, so 1 and 1 a little bit here. Okay. When x is 2, 2, 8, a little bit under 10. When x is 3, 3, 19, gets below 20. When x is 4, 4 and 34, okay, a little below 35 there. So as you can see, my graph, that is my y and that is my x. Okay. And that's my x-axis. And my graph, my title will be a graph of y equals 2x plus x minus 2. So I will put it here, a graph of y equals 2x squared, okay, minus plus x minus 2. Okay, if it's a graph paper, I have to write it on top. Okay, that's my x, that's my y, and that's my 0, the origin, and that is my positive x part for the y, negative x part, and then that is the interval I was given. Okay, so actually this is what we did last lesson. We drew a quadratic curve. Okay, so this is an example. Okay, and I showed you that this is our turning point. Okay, watch last video and it will help you a lot. Now for our starter, I decided to bring an angle solution just to brush up. Okay, so this is the figure I have for you today. We are going to find A, B, and C. Okay, now straight away, this is 47, and we know that the angle on a straight line is 180. So if we take 47 from 180, here we have 133. So we found the A part. Our reason is angle on a straight line is 180. Now the B part, which is this. Okay, we know this angle. We don't know this. We know this. We don't know this. Now these are not parallel lines, okay, so we cannot use C angles, F angles, and alternate angles, Z angles. We can't use that now, okay. We'll use it in the future, but not here, okay. So angles, the four angles in a quadrilateral, okay, or in a quad, should add up to 360. So 47, 90, 95, 112. If we subtract these three angles from 360, it should give us B. If you do it rightly, B will be 106 degrees. The reason is angle in a quad all should add up to 360. You know, I said to you, at times they might ask for the reason why you got that angle, just to know that you haven't copied and you understand what you are doing, okay. Now the C part, the C that we are supposed to find, that is also on a straight line, even though these two are not parallel lines, okay. So here, taking 112 from 180, okay, because angle on the straight line, we will get C. So C here is, if you do it correctly, is 68 degrees. Remember your degrees, okay. The reason here also is angle on a straight line is 180, okay. So this is our starter to remind us, okay, if you've forgotten about the angles or you don't understand, go back and watch the videos. We have a lot of information here. Today we want to do more graphs, okay. I wanted to go ahead and do a quadratic graph and a linear graph and show you the intersection, but I realized that I'd rather do two linear graphs first, because we've done some work on linear graphs, okay. So it shouldn't be difficult, but I want to do two linear graphs and show you how intersect, and also show you algebraically how you can solve them, so that we'll use that to apply to a quadratic and a linear graph, and then maybe we'll go on and do two quadratic graph and look for the intersection, okay. So the example I have for you today is draw the line graphs, okay. So they are linear. Y equals x minus 3. There is no s squared. So this will be a linear graph. It will be a straight line. And y equals 2x plus 1. Here too, there are no x squared, okay. So this will also be a linear graph. We said a line graph is in the form y equals mx plus c, okay, where m is our gradient. So here, looking at this graph, 2 here is your gradient, okay, and 1 here is your y-intercept, okay. Here, the line will have a gradient of 1, okay, and minus 3 is your y-intercept, because when x is 0, y will be minus 3. That is what it means. We've done videos on this. In the interval -4 to +4, and find where they intersect, okay. So we are going to draw the graph. They've asked us to do this work graphically, so you shouldn't do it algebraically, okay. I'm doing it algebraically to explain to you. So straight away, y equals x minus 3. So this is my x from the interval -4 all the way to 4. So that is my table 1 for this line graph y equals x minus 3. Now, so I've listed all the values of x, and then I have the constant -3. So -3, I've repeated it throughout. So if I take x and -3, I have -7. Because x is -4, -3, I have -7. Okay, x is -3, -3, I have -6. X is -2, -3, I have -5. X is -1, -3, I have -4. X is 0, -3, I have -3. X is 1, -3, I have -2. X is 2, -3, I have -1. X is 3, -3, I have 0. X is 4, -3, I have 1. So now the coordinates are -4, -7, -3, -6. Okay, so when x is -4, y equals 7. So I've come to here and I've listed all the coordinates from the table I just made. So if I plot 1, I'll take it till I plot the last one so that I don't miss the value, because the fact that they asked me to do it from -4 to 4, it means if I don't plot all the all those x-axis on the graph, they are going to mark me down. So I'll try and give them all the 4 for intervals of x. Now, this is the graph I got for y equals -3, y equals x minus 3. That is my graph here from there to there. They said x interval should be 0, -4 to +4. I have just added 5. Okay, you can decide to take it and not label it. Under exam, I'll take it so that I can extend it a bit to see the character of the line, okay, of both lines. Okay, so now these are my coordinates for y equals x minus 3. So here, that is the graph I got. Okay, we know how to label coordinates, so I'm just going to do a few with you. So when x is -4, y equals 7 there. So when x is -4, y equals -7, not 7. When x is -3, y equals -6. So when x is -3, y equals -6. Again, by eye judgment, okay. When x is -2, y equals -5. So when x is -2, y equals -5. Okay, so I'll skip the middle and do the last 3. When x is 2, y equals -1. So when x is 2, y equals -1. When x is 3, y is 0. When x is 4, y is 1. So there. So if you draw it on a graph paper, all these points should be on the straight line. But because I did it by algebra, you can see that some of the points are not. But when I do my best fit line, this is what I got. So this is my graph. Okay, so that is my graph here. Now, then I went ahead to plot y equals 2x plus 1 in a table. So I did all the x values between -4 and 4, and then 2x. So if x is -4, 2x will be -8. So I repeated all that, okay, here, and then +1. So I did a column for +1 for all of them. And then now I find y. Y is 2x plus 1. So I need this column here and that column here. So 2x plus 1. 2x is -8 plus 1 -7. 2x is -6 plus 1 -5. 2x is -2 plus 1 -3. 2x is -2 plus 1 -1. Remember, I'll work on integers, okay? 2x here is 0 because x is 0, plus 1 is 1. And then all the way to the end, 2x is 4, okay, plus 1 is 9. So I encourage you to go and do the table by yourself. And then when I finish, I wrote the coordinate out. So as I drew it, I kept on taking, okay, till I got to the last, okay, from the intervals -4 to 4. We can draw a line graph now, okay, because we have a video on that. Okay, so now from this will be my line graph, 2x plus 1. Okay, if I plot the graph, so the first one is -4, 7, again not to scale, and the last one will be 4, okay, 9, all the way up there. Now you can see that the two lines they've given us, they said we should find the intersection, and they intersect on -4, -7. Okay, so this is the intersection. So both graphs intersect at -4, -7. Okay, now I wanted to show you what it means. In the exam, this is what you will do for the question. But you know, when we did algebra, okay, if you have two lines and they say you should solve, okay, what you have just done is you solved it. But here you have y equals x minus 3 and y equals 2x plus 1. So you have two linear equations and all of them equals to y. So it means x minus 3 equals 2x plus 1. So when you do that, this is what it will look like, okay? Because y equals both. So now 2x, then we bring s to this side, minus x plus 1, okay? minus 3 going to the other side becomes plus 3. Now all equals 0. So 2x minus x is plus x plus x, and then 1 plus 3 equals 4 equals 0. So here x equals minus 4. Okay. If x is minus 4, we can put this x now into any of this equation to find y. So if x is minus 4, if you put minus 4 into this first equation, minus 4 minus 3 becomes minus 7. Okay, assuming you are not using the graph. Okay, so now when x is minus 4, y equals minus 7. Okay, I've done it nicely for you if you can follow the notes. So x is minus 4, y equals minus 7. So that was the point of intersection we found there graphically. Okay, so assuming we're not using graph, okay, so these are the 2-line graphs. This is how we are going to solve it. We've done some algebra work, okay, and this is some of the reasons why we did what we did before we are here now. Okay, so the point on the graph here is x minus 4, y minus 7. So assuming we're not drawing a graph, okay, we solve for x and for y, and we call this a point. Okay, and that was the same point we found on the graph. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to get a linear equation and a quadratic equation, and we'll do the same. Okay, we'll do the same, and we'll see the point of intersection, and we'll use that we'll solve it again to see if we will get what the graph gives us. Okay, so we found this on the graph, and we've used algebra also to find it. So even without doing the graph work, we can use algebra to find x and y. Okay, but if you do the graph work accurately, then you don't need to do that, because the answer on the graph where the 2-line graph meets is actually the point of intersection. Okay, so thank you very much for watching today's video. We've gone too much beyond the time, and I'll see you in the next.